Can you guess what I'm talking about today? I don't know either, man. All right. Oh, hold on. I gotta get my Lummox tether. What y'all know about Lummox tether? Hello, everyone. I'm here today in this park. It is 30 degrees outside. I'm here to talk about a game very near and dear to my heart, Super Mario Galaxy. The year is 2000. Nintendo is holding a convention where they're showing off a bunch of games, a bunch of tech demos, and that's where they show this thing called Mario 128. The tech demo was there to sort of like flex the capabilities of the GameCube. So they had this round sort of platform where they would be holding 128 Mario sprites. They were running around, they were doing shit, no lag. Crazy for the year 2000, I know. That didn't end up going anywhere necessarily. They didn't end up making like a game or anything out of that. However, that went on to inspire games like Pikmin, where you run around with like 100 little guys. And then it was kind of put to the wayside for a while. They made Super Mario Sunshine in 2002. Then in 2004, when the creator of Mario, Shigeru Miyamoto, commissioned another large-scale 3D Mario game, he pushed hard for the spherical platform idea, encouraging the team at Nintendo EAD to make it happen. So in the span of about 3 months, they built a physics system, and with that physics system, with the spherical platforms, it was a no-brainer to make this a space-themed game where you are running around on planets or small meteors. This concept gave them a ton of freedom in level design, kind of opening the playground to so many more opportunities that they couldn't have done than just a regular 3D space. They also used this to not be confined to sort of one theme in the way that Sunshine was, where Sunshine, they had a lot of tropical levels, and so in Galaxy, they kind of went hog wild with all the different kinds of galaxies they were making. Building such a unique physics system, of course, came with some obstacles, though, as it threw a wrench to what the team was used to for level design. And it also led to some issues when it came to combat, or at least, combat when it comes to a Mario game. Combat in a Mario game isn't really necessarily a strong point. They are obviously more focused on the platforming, but there is enemies, and if you're a dumbass and you've never played a Mario game in your life, you wouldn't know, but the way to do damage or to like kill enemies in a Mario game is you jump on their head. And this became quite a difficult process when dealing with this new physics engine with the gravity around the planets. It made it difficult to jump on it. So the Nintendo team got to thinking on what they would try to do for combat to make it more accessible, because as you know, with Nintendo, they love making games accessible to everybody. They landed on a sort of oh, I'm just recording a little video for YouTube. I'm all right. We are back in a new location on a new day because of instances that happened at another location. I've been here for 30 minutes waiting for a dog to stop barking. I think he finally is over me being here, so here we go. In an interview for Iwata Asks, the Nintendo president Satoru Iwata talks to Koizumi, a developer from the game, about their philosophy when designing. and they talked about Nintendo's 9 to 95 philosophy, which is basically saying that they want everyone to be able to play their games from ages 9 to 95. So they want it to be accessible for everyone and everyone to have fun when they play Nintendo games. During the development process, my message from the age 5 to 95 must have been a challenge for everyone among the staff. I believe that many of the games created in the past have overcome this exact hurdle, and at the same time, I understand this is a difficult challenge upon developing Super Mario Galaxy. But the co-star feature was born as a result of this struggle, and in that sense, I feel a firm conviction that the game will help greatly expand the ranges of the gaming audience. And now to wrap things up, if I could get both of you each to say a few words to our readers about the game. Fundamentally, I think a Mario game is the type of game that's not really about finishing the game, but it's rather about how fun it is to just play the game. So I made sure there were lots of areas in the game that could be enjoyed, even by little children, just by moving Mario around. In these places, you don't have to think about what you have to accomplish, so you can play around freely. I hope people who will play this game find a special place of their own in the game and discover their own way of enjoying it. I think it's about having everybody gather around the TV. A Mario game is not necessarily something you play on your own. In Super Mario Galaxy, you're able to create up to 6 save files. So for example, I think it would be fun if you looked at the save file that Dad made and noticed he had already collected 10 stars. You're also able to check what time a person has been playing last in the file selection screen, so I think that somewhere in the world the child may go up to their dad and say, "Dad, you're playing in the middle of the night." So they kept this philosophy in mind when they were developing the game. When Miyamoto started playtesting it, he said that the game was too easy, and it lacked intensity without the level of challenge because in the other 3D Mario games you were given 8 lives, so when they turned down the intensity and kept the 8 lives, it became a little too easy, and this was a challenge they had to deal with. In the Iwata interview, he talks about how Miyamoto is always saying you should be able to make the game easier without it losing its intensity. So instead of fundamentally changing the level design or the way they had already built the game, they took the 8 health points down to 3 health points, giving you a sense of risk and intensity that the 8 lives couldn't have given you. The 3 health bar works so well that they even kept it for future Mario games so they could make these games more accessible but still feel like there is a sense of risk and accomplishment when you are finishing levels. So in Odyssey, they also used the 3-point health bar. During the interview, Iwata asked the development team what they felt was the fundamental base of Mario, and this is what they had to say. When I first played Super Mario Bros., I was still in the 4th grade of elementary school. It was so fun. I remember myself playing using only my instinct and not thinking about anything at all. As I played, many obstacles and enemies kept appearing one after the other, and I thought that surely I couldn't get past this part. You heard a voice, come on, one more time, like the coach in gym class, and you kept on going. Exactly. I wanted the people who would be going to play this game to experience the same urge to keep trying over and over again. I felt this was a game where it was extremely important to find an ideal balance in its difficulty level, a balance that the players will find comfortable in the end. The player can figure out what they need to do in order to clear the level, but they will have a rather difficult time trying to perform the actions needed. It will take them several attempts until they are able to clear it. Alright, enough nerd shit. This idea and philosophy to me seems why Nintendo has become such a successful business at its core. While they have some flaws, like most major corporations do, they seem to avoid the greedy business practices of other large corporations that are involved in video games, like microtransactions, repetitive missions, the same open world game over and over again. Nintendo focuses on fun, and I think they want people to stick to the TV because they're enjoying every second of the game, rather than sticking out a slow-ass mission to get to that one good part. And I think Super Mario Galaxy embodies that philosophy to the highest extent. In the interview, the development team shared most of the same sentiment, that they thought they were given an impossible challenge when faced with this new physics system that they had to deal with. Once they got the ball rolling, they decided that this opened up a whole new world for creative ideas and levels that they could be making. They felt a new sense of creativity and design that they hadn't felt before. Since they weren't bound to one theme or central area, it gave them a lot more freedom when designing levels, as I've talked about in the beginning of this video. So they could make planets that were tropical themed or steampunk inspired, something that revolves around a garden. This for me is what sets apart this game from other 3D Mario games or just 3D platformers in general, and why I think it sticks out as the most unique and creative. I think some of the most creative level designs in all of the Mario games are from this game. They pack so many ideas and mechanics that you wouldn't even think of in just a normal structured 3D Mario game. In the Freeze Flame Galaxy, you go from ice skating on this donut-shaped planet to an entire like lava-themed puzzle. Or in Gusty Garden Galaxy, where you go from island to island on floating flowers, you crawl across a caterpillar, all accompanied by probably the best song in the game. The developers took what they thought was this impossible challenge and shot to the moon with so many creative ideas that they never thought they could even come close to doing. For Galaxy, they decided to switch it up with power-ups and added a bunch of new ones that were only available for like 1 or 2 galaxies, so they would squeeze out as much potential as they could in as short of amount of time they could, so they could get you onto the next mechanic. You have Bee Mario, who can fly around for a limited amount of time and climb on honeycomb Spider-Man style. They got Ice Mario, which allows you to skate over water, which is probably the most fun power-up to fuck around with. You have Spring Mario, which can make you jump super high, but it's super difficult to control. You can grab shells in water levels to make Mario swim way faster, which honestly turns some of the water levels, which would be a slog, into some of the most entertaining ones to play through. One of my favorite galaxies in the game, Seaslide Galaxy, has you racing this scary shark motherfucker, and it's just so fun to grab a shell and fly through the water. It's just such a good mechanic. The galaxies in this game have so much creativity and diversity that they could milk these mechanics for probably the whole game, but they never dwell on any of them and are always switching it up. The essence of Mario is something that has to feel good when you're controlling it, where it has to offer a real sense of being responsive, and it should always be something that people will think of as a new kind of toy. I'm back. I got a haircut. I'm here to interrupt the broadcast to give the people what they really want. Enough of this development bullshit. Enough of these game mechanics. The people want the real stuff. A tier list. Hey, it's time for the tier list. Alright, here we go. Gateway Galaxy. It's cool. Good egg. I'm gonna have to go amazing. Just memory-wise, great level. Honey Hive. I'm gonna give it a very good. It's got some nostalgia to it. Loop-de-Loop Galaxy. Loop-de-Loop is an affront to God. It's going in F. Flip Switch. D. I will not elaborate. Bowser's Robot Reactor. Good. Pretty good. Sweet Galaxy. That's going in S. I love that galaxy. Space Junk. S. Don't get me started on Space Junk. What does that say? Rolling Green pisses me off. Going in C. Battle Rock. I put very good. It's fun. Hurry Scurry. Bad. Bowser's Star Reactor. Good. Sling Pod. F. Beach Bowl. S. Banger. Bubble Breeze. It's cool. It's not the best. We're gonna put it in B. Ghostly Galaxy. That's going in A. Buoy Base. That's going in A. Airship Armada. A. Drip Drop. S. I love the water levels. Gusty Garden. S+. Don't get me started on Gusty Garden. Freeze Flame. S+. Don't get me started. Dusty Dune. Don't get me started. It's going in S+. Honey Climb. B. Why not? Dark Matter Plant. A. Big Mouth. Kind of boring. C. B. Gold Leaf. It's kind of just Honey Hive, so we'll put it in the same place. C Slide. I love C Slide. S+. Toy Time. I love Toy Time. S+. Bonefin. Yeah, it's cool. I like the scary bone guy. Lava Reactor. I love. This is like the best boss fight. One of my favorite boss fights. That's going S+. Sand Spiral. It's cool. Oh, I meant to go B. Deep Dark. S. That's a fun one. Boo's Boneyard. S. I really like Boo's Boneyard. Dreadnought. Great level. S. Matter Splatter. Fuck that level, bro. Melty Molten. It's cool. I'll go away. Snowcap. That's cool. Rolling Gizmos. S. Don't get me started. Yes, Bowser's Galaxy Reactor. S. Grand finale, gotta go S+, gotta go S+. That's the tier list. Thank you for watching my tier list. Thank you. I think that's a wrap. Super Mario Galaxy is really an amalgamation of passion, creativity, and people who just wanted to make a really good game. I remember being like 10 and sitting here in my basement playing this game all the way through on the Wii and just getting lost in the world for hours and hours. It was the first game I beat, and I think that's a testament to what the developers were saying in that You Want to Ask interview about making these games accessible and why it became such a core memory for me. The developers really put their old pussies into that shit. And yeah, that's why I love this game, and I think everyone should play it. So yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I worked kind of hard on it, so thanks.
What the fuck?